you with the heart that refuses to lose? Is it you for the tap out? 1, 2, 3. Is it you trying to lead us back?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are just 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, and it looks like Triple H and his henchmen aren't done yet with the #1 contender. Aren't you going to do something about this, Mr. General Manager?
Now, JR, I told you, I'm not cut out for that corporate stuff. Mr. McMahon has appointed a new general manager, and he told me that we'll find out who it is later tonight.
The opponent.
There's absolutely no question in my mind that Ric Flair is one of the true legends of this business. I just think it's a shame that many of his accomplishments are based on cheating, deception, and underhanded tactics.
Haven't you ever heard the expression, the ends? It's like he read his opponent's mind. Ric Flair's a 16-time world champion, JR. 16-time!
He countered that and made it look easy.
Oh, man! That's gonna change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on.
There's the reversal! I feel like we shouldn't even be talking during this match, JR. We should just silently admire the masterpiece, like we were looking at a sculpture in a museum or something.
If you want to zip your lips for a few minutes, King, I won't complain. But don't expect me to show Chris Masters any more respect than he's shown to the WWE superstars and fans. He's a slippery devil.
Flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be. He countered that one perfectly.
My God, look at the damage that has been inflicted here.
I don't care who he thinks he is. He can't take much more of this.
A textbook.
He's going behind his opponent.
And there it is, King. The master lock. He's executed it perfectly. He's done it. That's the match. What a shot. Another 2-on-1 mugging by the game, and no one's doing a damn thing about it. Someone's got to take control of the situation, damn it, and I mean now. What the? That's Mankind. Here comes Mankind.
Mankind? Where did he come from? It's been years since that idiotic psychopath showed his mask around here.
He's a WWE legend. I have no idea why he's here, but I'd say his timing is impeccable.
There goes Triple H! What's gonna happen now?
And now it's the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
This has gone on long
Like I said earlier, Mr. McMahon has an important announcement to make tonight, and he can't be happy that Jimmy Hart and Mankind have just invaded his ring.
Ever since the World Heavyweight title has returned to Raw, it's been nothing but chaos around here. Raw needs a general manager who can restore order. So by the power of Mr. McMahon and this megaphone, that person is none other than myself, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
What? You gotta be kidding me. That loudmouth Jimmy Hart is the Raw general manager? I knew I should have kept the job a few more weeks.
King, you said yourself that wasn't a job for you. Besides, Jimmy Hart has a long history in this business. He can make a fine general manager in my view.
Now, Mankind, I want to thank you for showing up here tonight, 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. When Mr. McMahon made me the general manager, he warned me that I might need some muscle to keep order around here. And well, you were available. That's why I'm asking you to be the new sheriff of Raw, Daddy-O.
Jimmy Hart, when you asked me to sign up as sheriff, my first reaction was to respectfully decline your offer. After all, I've enjoyed a blissful retirement of boiler room maintenance, amateur taxidermy, and masterpiece theater. But having seen Raw over the last few weeks, I agree that it doesn't do this show any good to have the inmates run the asylum. And frankly, being somewhat of an authority on asylums myself, I know of what I speak. In fact, I have to agree with you that as an unstable, unpredictable, sadistic, 287-pound best-selling author with a bachelor's degree and 1.5 years, I'm perfectly qualified for the job. I accept. And as for you, you've got yourself a shot at the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, I've got great memories of main events like that myself. But you'll have to forgive me if I can't remember exactly whose they are. And next week, as a special sneak preview, you and I are going to have a tag team match against the very same SOBs we just cleared out of there. That is, if they have the testicular fortitude to get into the ring against even odds for a change. So as the new Sheriff of Raw, I've got 6 words for you. Or make that 5, including one with a hyphen I'd like to borrow from a certain prickly acquaintance of mine. Bang, bang! Have a nice day!
The new general manager of Raw is Jimmy Hart, and his new sheriff is Mankind. And he's going to partner up with a #1 contender next week. Can you believe it, King?
Normally, I'd trust Mr. McMahon's judgment, JR. But I think those two running Raw is a train wreck waiting to happen.
So let me get this straight. That demented walking hermit crab, Mankind, comes out of some dungeon, and Jimmy Hart makes him sheriff of Raw because he wants to end the chaos around here? That's like trying to put out a fire by dumping gas on it. Everyone in this arena knows that Mankind and I can't stand each other. It should be pretty obvious to Hart, Vince, and everyone else that Mankind's just a bitter, broken has-been who's taking advantage of an opportunity to sabotage my World Heavyweight title reign. So if those two think they can just come onto Raw and start ordering someone like me around,
Sorry to interrupt you, Triple H, but your little diatribe just seemed to beg this question. For a man who calls himself the Cerebral Assassin, I have to wonder how cerebral you really are. Seeing as how you've come out here to run your mouth about the new sheriff in town. And I hate to point out the obvious, but it seems that as of last week, Jimmy Hart is your new boss. And you can rest assured that the new boss ain't the same as the old boss.
So you think you impress me, Mankind? You think you scare me? I know you're about one concussion away from a lifetime pass to the nut house. So in case you've forgotten, let me remind you, I am a 10-time world champion.
No, I haven't forgotten. And I have to admit that it takes a special talent to win the title 10 times. Just like you must admit that it takes a special talent to lose it that many times. But since you like keeping track of stuff like that, you're in luck. You see, you're going to get a chance to add another loss to your record should you lose that title again at WrestleMania. You see, Triple H, Jimmy Hart saw the need to find a match that will not only keep your cronies out, but will keep you in. So I suggested a little match that I keep near and dear to my heart, not to mention my ruptured kidney, busted ribs, and the incisor that found its way through my upper lip and lodged itself in my nose for all the world to see. So in case you haven't guessed by now, let me spell it out for you. Your World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania is going to be a Hell in a Cell. Have a nice day.
Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania? Oh my Lord!
Poor Triple H. What did he do to deserve this? Hart and Mankind are trying to sabotage him.
You can't do that! I'm the World Heavyweight Champion! I'm the greatest wrestler alive today! I'm...
Mr. Socko! Mr. Socko! He stuck Mr. Socko right down the World Heavyweight Champion's gullet!
Somebody help him! Somebody stop that idiot Mankind!
Triple H may have gotten more than he bargained for when he decided to challenge the authority of the new general manager and sheriff.
Poor Triple H! I hope he's okay!
He's gonna have to be, King. The World Heavyweight title is on the line in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. And we're going to see a preview right here tonight.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for time. And the opponent from Long Island, New York. And the tag team.
I feel like we shouldn't even be talking during this match, JR. We should just... He reversed it!
Oh, for the love of... Open your eyes, Red. I can't believe he got away with that.
Well, you might not like it, JR, but he's gonna do whatever it takes to win this one.
A reversal. Can he capitalize on it?
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to...
He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see a tap out right here, JR. These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. We could have a pinfall here, JR. I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky. Look at this, JR. Can you imagine SmackDown putting on a match half as good as this?
No disrespect intended for our SmackDown colleagues, but no, I can't, King. I truly believe Raw is the dominant brand in sports entertainment.
And you hit the nail right on the head there, JR. The dominant brand. Not the slightly better brand or the sort of superior. He's going for the cover, JR. Now remember, kids, whatever you do, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. Even these trained professionals wind up pretty badly banged up after a match.
I can't remember the last time I saw superstars this fired up. I don't think they've even considered the possibility that they might not win this thing.
There's an awful lot of pride on the line here, King. No one in that ring wants to have to go back to the locker room as a loser.
2.
He's going to regret not following up here
3.
once he loses this match.
Come on, JR. This isn't something
4.
you do when you're worried about the outcome of the match. He knows he's got it in the bag.
5.
So, King, any predictions about the outcome of this match?
1.
Oh, no. Every time I make a guess as to who's going to win, I never hear the end of it from you.
Maybe that wouldn't happen if you got
2.
one right every now and then.
3.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat.
These superstars are putting on a great match so far, JR, but if they drop the ball, these fans will let them hear about it.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. These competitors know that it looks like he's getting ready to apply that full Nelson.
It's not just a full Nelson, JR.
Rope break.
It's the master lock. And once you're in it, there's no getting out. So, JR, are you enjoying the match so far?
Yes, I am. I think these superstars are putting on one hell of an exhibition here tonight.
What's your favorite part of it so far?
I don't think it's happened yet. My favorite part of the match would be when you quit yapping and let me enjoy it.
Now, JR, keep your words soft and sweet because you may have to eat them later.
He's a slippery devil. And there's the cover.
1.
He really didn't think he was going to get the pin, did he?
When I look at Triple H, all I see is lost opportunities. He's so talented and so intelligent that he could have made such a positive impact on the business.
Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This will rearrange your anatomy.
JR's not going to be happy about this one, folks. I think one of his favorites is going to get beat like the proverbial government mule.
I'm not playing favorites, King. I might have issues with certain superstars as human beings, but I respect their in-ring abilities nonetheless.
JR, you're so full of it that you've got diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain.
I tell you.
He's going behind his opponent.
And there it is, King. The master lock. He's executed it perfectly.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
Oh, come on now. How about a little more wrestling, a little less posture?
It's called adding insult to injury, JR, and I think it's great. It looks like they're slowing the pace down a bit here.
Maybe so. But one or two big moves. And now a pin. This could be it. There's the kick out. No surprise there.
One.
Oh, for the love of... Talk about having no respect for your opponent.
Well, if you've got a problem with it, maybe you should do something. Uh-oh. I think he's up to something.
That's putting it mildly, King. This is it. The master lock locked in on his opponent.
One.
Excellent count. What ring presses. Boy, when you look at these superstars, it really drives home the fact that Raw is the dominant brand of sports entertainment.
Well, there's no doubt about that, JR. There's not a superstar on the Smackdown roster who can hold a candle to Raw's finest.
I wouldn't go that far, King. There are quite a few.
Flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be.
Three.
Oh, boy.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
Here are your winners, the Masterpiece, Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's been one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. And the main event is about to begin. The World Heavyweight title is on the line in a cell. And this could be one of the slobber knockers to end all slobber knockers.
They're going to be talking about this one for years, JR. I can tell you right now, it's going to be an instant classic. I love WrestleMania.
Here comes the World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H. The 10-time champion seems determined as ever, regardless of his dust-up with Sheriff Mankind last week.
That's right, JR. He's still the game, and this is still WrestleMania. Triple H has gone into hell in a cell and survived before, and he can certainly do it again tonight. No, JR. He reversed it.
Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat. I could watch these superstars go at it all night, JR.
So could I, King, but all good things must come to an end. Let's just hope it just doesn't end too soon.
I feel like we shouldn't even be talking during this match, JR. We should just silently admire the masterpiece, like we were looking...
I don't think he's climbing up there for the view.
I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation. I think that in the future, superstars are going to talk about Triple H the way superstars from Triple H's generation talk about Ric Flair.
The idea that Triple H might potentially become a role model to the next generation, a reversal. Can he capitalize on it? I'll tell you what, King, the WWE superstars are about the greatest athletes you'll find in any sport, period.
What do you mean, just about, JR? Can you actually think of anywhere else that you can see athletes of this caliber?
I was just going for a little humility there, King. I'm not surprised it was lost on you.
It looks like his opponent's going for the submission here, JR.
You'd be a fool not to take advantage of those injuries.
I thought I'd pick the winner before the match started, JR, but now I'm having second thoughts.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, King. Usually I wonder if you've even had first thoughts.
Did you see that? They just destroyed the cell roof. Here's the cover, JR.
1, 2, 3.
Sounds like this... Well, there it is. That's the match.
Showed the world that he had what it takes to beat a champion like Triple H, and on the grandest stage in sports entertainment. Look, it's Triple H. He's climbing up the side of the cage. I've got a bad feeling about this, JR.
My God, what on earth can the game have in mind? Survive that.
This is going to be the shortest title reign on record. There's no way our new champion is getting up from that. And someone call a doctor for Triple H.
Well, you better call a veterinarian, because he's an animal. He's up. He just took a 20-foot fall, and he's on his feet.
He's either the luckiest superstar I've ever seen, or the toughest, or maybe both.
And he's not going to miss this moment for all the world. What a moment! What a WrestleMania! What a champion! the WWE Raw. I'm Jim Ross, alongside my broadcast partner, Jerry the King Lawler. We've got a great program for you tonight, and we're set to kick it off with a real slobber knocker.
You're right, JR. General Manager Eric Bischoff may have made this a non-title match, but a win over the World Heavyweight Champion Triple H could be a step toward a real title opportunity.
And the opponent, accompanied by...
He saw that one coming. I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar. Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
I saw this match on paper, I wasn't too sure about it, but it's turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
I'm not at all surprised, King. I knew this was going to be a terrific matchup.
Oh, come on, JR. You're just talking through your hat. And speaking of hats, when are you going to get rid of that silly thing anyway?
Right about the time you stop wearing that crown, I'd say.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner.
There's the pin!
One.
I don't know why he thought he was going to get the pin there. Look at these superstars, JR. They absolutely refuse to be intimidated by each other.
There's a determined look in the eyes of these competitors. No one's giving an inch. Oh no, I think he's going for his finisher.
Yes, the unprettier.
Rope break.
Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This'll rearrange your anatomy. When I look at Triple H, all I see is lost opportunities. He's so talented and so intelligent that he could have made such a positive impact.
I can't believe he countered that one. You know, JR, I racked my brains trying to think of a single flaw in Triple H, and I couldn't come up with anything. It's like he says. I think he's looking to finish off his opponent right here.
The unprettier. That'll rearrange your facial features for sure. He's not going to get caught with that one.
Here's the pin. Could this be it? It's matches like this that make this the great. That was like 2 7/8, JR. What a finishing move. I get chills every time I see it.
He countered that and made it look easy.
1, 2, 3.
I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the...
Oh, would you look at this? Ric Flair and Triple H are double teaming him now. And this match is over, by God. How despicable can you get?
He was asking for it, JR. Flair hit him in self-defense. Didn't you see the way he went after the Nature Boy?
He did no
such thing, King. Triple H and Flair will do anything it takes to keep the title around the game's waist. And that includes taking out the competition.